It depends. A lot of people ask me like a general strategy how to play a tournament, but I think it depends on your table. Like, it always depends how your table's playing. Like, you can't just go and say, this is how I'm going to play. I'm going to play really tight and really good hands. You know, if the whole table's playing tight, then you should probably play looser. So I don't generally have a good like a strategy to going into a tournament. I like to sit down and see the table, but you know, when you play deep stack poker, it's good to have different hand selection to later on. Like, for example, like suited aces and small pairs, and these type of hands are more valuable because they win big pots. And you know, like hands like Jack Queen offsuit or King Jack offsuit, hard to win big pot in the early stages of tournaments. So hand selection is like a big part of the game in the early stages when the stacks are deeper. But generally, I think you just play according to the table.
Yes, I totally agree with Sam. You know, and he's the expert. So I learned something new again.
Yeah. Paul plays a lot of cash as well, so he generally picks the right hands to play because he's generally playing deeper stack poker anyway. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's probably your strongest part of the game actually, is your deep stack poker, right? Yes. And then when it gets short stack is where you have to adjust the hands you play. And depends who's in the blinds, and depends, you know, what stacks they have to the left of you. And you know, if you have Winfred in a big blind, you know, and two tight people, it's more likely to go all in with a wider range.
Yes, wider range.
But like good players with big chips on your left, less likely to go all in. So it all depends on your table, I think, right?
Yes, the dynamics are changing all the time.
Yeah, there's lots of different things you have to take into consideration.
Even you have 16 big blind compared to 14, you know, you play differently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, different hands that you should go with and you shouldn't go with. So. Depends.
So I think if you have a dominating stack, I think you open more, you 3-bet more.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because generally people won't
explain better.
Yeah, exactly. Generally people won't want to play pots with you because you've got a big stack and you can afford to take risk and you're going to be more aggressive in general. So it's like generally you open more because people, you know, don't play back at you as much because you have a big stack.
And so, and the shorter stack have a narrow range to re-raise you or call you.
Yeah. And because you have a lot of chips, it almost puts them off doing it because you can afford to play pots. So yeah, so you have to, when you have more chips, like Paul says, you need to open up and play more aggressive.